justice data for crimes against the kingdom. You will be clipped.
My name is Joshua Cashmore. I'm the project manager and lead programmer of our game Clipped. In total, our team has 3 members, including myself, Ahmed, Abdelmoneim, and Colin, Demarco. Our group spent 2 semesters working on this game, meeting regularly via Discord to discuss our plans and development progress. The game was built in the Unity engine, and we made almost all of the visual assets and effects ourselves. We also made all of the audio for our game ourselves, with Ahmed being in charge of the music and myself making all of the sound effects. Clipped is primarily a 2D action platformer with a focus on aerial movement and ascending. The game has about 4 full levels as well as 3 unique boss fights. In our first semester of developing this game, we set up the basic mechanics as well as a few outlines for the most important levels. Then in this semester we mostly focused on polishing up our original levels and adding new content, both in terms of gameplay and visuals. A lot of our time and effort was spent rebalancing the platforming mechanics in particular, as we wanted players to have a somewhat challenging but fun experience. Our game's current physics and controls are the result of many iterative cycles of playtesting and gameplay adjustments. In the end, we got our gameplay balance to a state that we feel is still difficult enough to be fun without being unfair. One of the biggest challenges we faced early on was when our original artist had to quit the project for personal reasons. We were only a few weeks into development, and none of our remaining members were dedicated artists, so we had to figure out a way to get an aesthetic we all liked in spite of that. In the end, every one of our members ended up learning to use Blender, and all of us contributed 3D models to the project. We may have lost one artist, but along the way we gained 3.
Okay, hello, my name is Colin Demarco, and I was one of the artists. Mainly I was the lead in terms of concept art, and I also made a few 3D models helping the other team around the way. I feel like I did a pretty good job with what I was given.
Lastly, one of the boss fights in our game takes place in an alternate game mode designed by our other programmer, Ahmed.
Hello, my name is Ahmed, and I was one of the programmers for this project. My first contribution to this project would probably have been the main menu, designing the main menu, and the intro cutscene. But my biggest give to this project was definitely the Endless Runner level that I created. I wanted to add in something, just an alternative kind of game mode, which added a little bit extra oomph to the game, but I didn't want it to be anything crazy. The plans for that level were initially out of control, but we ended up deciding on something that was a little bit more realistic.
And that's a brief look at the development process of our game Clipped. Thank you very much for listening, and we hope you get a chance to enjoy playing it yourself.